Good day, I'm Carrie Seifert. I'm going to show you how I make my paintings. I work in a series, and the series that I'm filming here focuses on large water and local beaches, as well as beaches from my childhood growing up on Lake Huron in Ontario. I start with collecting inspiration and testing visual concepts. I sketch a number of scenes, and then I prepare the canvases. I make a number of passes with paint to build up layers, and finally, I look to see what's missing and what can bring it to life. Inspiration comes from captured images like the ones you see here, memories, and imagination and observation. I live in beautiful British Columbia, Canada, on Vancouver Island. We're surrounded by West Coast forests, rocky hills, and beaches of all kinds. My art starts with a beautiful scene, a comment I want to make, an emotion, or a challenge to tackle. Beaches and big water are themes that I return to again and again. Memories well up inside of me when I look at photos of the beaches that I visited as a child. I know the feel of sand between my toes, the beach grass, the look of water from daybreak to night. I know the feel of swimming in all kinds of waves and the sounds of the waves at night lulling me to sleep. I know the clouds scudding across the horizon and the wind almost blowing you away. So this bundle of emotion and imagery gets me to start looking at photographs, thinking about composition, point of view, whether there's a fit with my idea. I write down my thoughts in a sketchbook so I have something to refer back to if I get lost. I'll print out some photos that might turn into paintings and make some thumbnail sketches of them to test the composition. I'll also pull together some paper references, photos, postcards of artwork, paint swatches, magazine clippings, and these go on a board like this that's with me in the studio, so if I get stuck, I can always turn to it for ideas. Hi, my name is Carrie Seifert. This little video is about my painting process. I'm going to paint 3 pictures. The first one is more of a warm-up exercise. I'm doing it to music. It's fast and fun. The next 2 are more typical of my painting. I have challenges along the way, get stuck, don't know what to do, but eventually we get somewhere. Hope you enjoy it. So I have my paints all laid out on my palette right now. You can see there's a whole lot of white in the middle, and the reason for that is that a lot of the dark colors in particular, they really don't show until you add white. And I'll just show with a little bit of this. It just looks dark, but then when you add white to it, wow, what a great color you get. Something like a dark turquoise kind of color. It's just fabulous. I just love that. I've sketched some of my ideas from my sketchbook onto small plates, and like these are just the sort of thing you get from the dollar store. And I'm just going to try out some ideas on these before I commit to the bigger ones. I have this painting that I've started. I have a horizon line, I've got some sky, and on this painting I'm just going to play. This is a fast motion video of painting to music. I was actually listening to the Beach Boys' greatest hits while painting this, because I thought it was very appropriate considering I was painting water. And this is the painting that resulted from painting to music. Big brush strokes, very fast. It's a great warm-up exercise. Before I start a painting, I usually paint the white canvas. If you don't paint the white canvas, number 1, you're always reacting against white, and I think your paintings tend to have a graphic quality. Number two, your acrylic paints shrinks as they dry, and if you paint directly on the white canvas, you might end up with little white flecks that show underneath. And number three, it's just kind of fun, just kind of mucking about with some colors. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so today my canvas is dry, the one that I put the paint on. And I also have done sort of a small sketch on a piece of canvas from the dollar store, just to give me an idea of where my values are. And I'm happy with the composition. And so I'm going to actually use masking tape to tape off certain areas, because it's a very geometric sort of a sketch, so it adapts well to using masking tape for certain things. This picnic shelter is from a memory that I had when I was a child. And the way the picture has developed is far more solid and clear than I remember. The original sketch was quite rough. You know, I just drew the lines on. I didn't use tape. I didn't use an edge. I just drew them on. And it has a very soft quality, somewhat like memory, you know, because when you remember things, everything's not clear. So my sense is that this is way too clear, and I want to mix it up somehow. I want to change it a bit. Before I put the picnic table in, I'm still going to put that table in, but let's get something happening in the background first. I tried to rescue it from being an Edward Hopper lookalike, and to a certain extent I definitely have mixed it up. But it just seems very sterile, so I'm thinking I want to introduce some other colors. And I have these paint swatches that I use to test different colors in situations like this. And the violet is interesting. It'll just blend in though with the rest of the colors. And the greens, I have some lovely greens, and they would, in my opinion anyways, I would really like, they would really blend in well with what's going on in the colorways of this picture. Beautiful, like a nice olive green. But then I found my yellows, and I have to say, yellow, in my opinion, would give it some zing. It would bring it to life. And so I'm thinking I'm going to add a yellow sand bucket, maybe a yellow towel. Something to indicate that there's life going on here. So here's the finished painting. The horizon line and the picnic table are sharp. The items that have been left in the view indicate that there's somebody just outside of the picture frame. I don't consider this to be a finished piece, or it might be the basis of a larger piece, but I'm happy with it the way it is. So on to our next painting. At this point, my palette looks a mess, but it's still kind of organized. I know where different blues go and the browns and the golds go, so that's fine. And white, there's always a spot I can find for white. So I'm afraid that I didn't videotape the start of this painting, so we're kind of jumping into it when there's already some stuff in place. Okay, I'm ready to put another layer on this painting here. I have some Payne's Gray, and I have raw titanium, which is called Titanium Buff in the Golden series. And then up here I have my little sketch, and right there, that's my board that I clean my brushes off on. I've got brushes, I've got water, I've got my lovely catalyst spreader and my catalyst, I don't know whether you call it a brush or not, but whatever it is. And I'm going to put the headland in, and I'm going to put in the beach. This is another memory from my childhood. I want it to be softer, more mixed up maybe not exactly softer, but there's something about it that needs to change. I'm just going to fool around and see what happens. Here's the final painting. I've softened up the headland, as you can see. I really like the colors that are in the water. We've got aqua, violet, cobalt blue, ultramarine, and phthalo blue. And I really like the rocks at the bottom. They're nice and soft. Looking good. I hope you've enjoyed this video about my process, right from inspiration to a finished painting. To see more of my work and some ideas about color, please visit my website, carriezigart.com, and thanks for watching.